Morning, everybody. This is Terry from Allen Art and Design. Hope everybody's having a nice Sunday. Having a little French vanilla coffee. I got this metal cup for the cup warmer to see if that will keep it even warmer, because metal conducts heat. The ceramic cups I was using really weren't doing much of anything. So, just wanted to keep working on this gratitude journal made out of a gift bag. I just felt something coming up. Oh no. So what I did was, let me move this stuff over. I went ahead, I made my signatures. What we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure that the papers are in the right order. I'm just grabbing some clips out of my clip box. It's in the drawer of my desk, right where I need it, very handy. Okay, so I have two signatures. Look at that paper, it's gorgeous. So what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna use my paperweight and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna make sure that our papers are right where we want them. I'm just gonna stagger the papers. Yep, that one's already done. This one's fine. I went ahead and I trimmed them all up last night. So we're ready to go. I'm gonna slide this one down. I just like to see the different layers. This is an envelope. We can push that up a little more. Yep, that looks good. And all I did was just grab a bunch of random different papers. This is a great way to use up your book pages and scrapbooking paper, and I've got music paper. I've got all kinds of graph paper. And then the middle is this beautiful scrapbooking paper, and I just think it all goes beautifully together. So I'm just going to go ahead. You push your thumb in to make sure all your pages are together. And I use different kinds of clips. Sometimes I use big giant paper clips. Sometimes I use these long hair clips I have. So it just depends on what I have closest to me. Okay, so there's one all ready to go. Now I got to get 4 more clips out. I mean, I could take them off and then put them on there, but I'd like to be able to move forward with this project. So I'm just going to go ahead and do both of them. All right, so that's going to be the first signature, okay? And then we're going to go ahead and look at these papers to make sure that they're in the right orientation and placement where I want them. And I'll be adding a lot to this book, so I just used, like I said, just using up a bunch of papers. I have all this paper, why not use it? You don't want to use a small little page like this in the middle, because it's only going to catch on one of the threads. So I like to make it so that I know that it's going to get caught by both, at least 2 of the threads. And this is just like children's music paper from a book. I'm just trying to use things up. So this one I'll move down here. Oh no, the other one was down there. I'm going to move this one up. Just try to alternate the position of the papers, that's all. This came out of like a organizational binder. This is from a guest book, a wedding guest book. I just like that it had all these lines to write on. This is just scrapbooking paper. And again, this is scrapbooking paper. Oh, what am I doing? I'm only needing to pick this up. I just dropped one of my clips on the floor, so I'll just grab another one. All right. Now you make sure that all of your papers are nice and tight and lined up. And now go ahead and clip it. And I usually do one end and then the other end, and then I go back, make sure that they're tight, clip that one, and go ahead and clip this one. All right, so I just noticed something. This is upside down. And I want to quickly check through to make sure everything's still in where it was, where it's supposed to be. Yeah, I think that's fine. Good thing I saw that. It would have been upside down. I don't think it matters because I'm going to be covering a lot. But the difference between this book that I've made in the past, that these two signatures are off-centered from each other. And I kind of like that look. I didn't do it on purpose, but I'm going to leave it because I like the way it looks. So I'm going to put this one aside. And I'm going to get my bookbinding pouch. Oh, let's see. I need a few things actually. I need my large needle, and this is the color thread we're going to use. Just so you know, I'm in my craft room. It's sunny out, and the sun is right in my eyes again. Yeah, sometimes I use these big clips too, but today that's what I had. That's what I grabbed, so that's what I'm going to use. Doesn't matter. And I did go ahead and I just noticed that I don't know why one of these was in with my clips. It needs to go in here. This is the one I'm going to use. Worked beautifully last time. Oh, I want to show you. I went ahead. I've already put the holes in the cover. Just because I've done this on camera before. You've seen me do it. If not, you can go back and you can look at any one of my videos that says I'm putting a cover on. I just noticed. Let's hope that the glues in this room work. I'm in my craft room now. The other day I was in my bedroom. I have two setups for videotaping. This one usually works good. So let's see. Yep, that one works. I just noticed one of my label, it's not a label, it's a sticker. It's a wall decal. That's what I used on the front. On the front of this is a gift bag from Dollar Tree. And on the front and the back it said, to Mom. This was a Mother's Day bag. And I want to, I used a wall decal to cover it on both sides. Look, right here. And it matches beautifully. There's glitter on here, so I'm going to paint some glitter on here when I'm done with the book, just so it matches up better. Same, this one on the back, there is no glitter, so it doesn't matter. But this is a Dollar Tree gift bag, and I constructed it, glued it together. You can watch my first video on this to see how I constructed it. And I made some beautiful gusseted pockets. Oh, they're nice and big. I love that. And I used some material to strengthen the spine. I covered some cardboard with some scrapbooking paper, and it just it makes the cover stronger. So I went ahead and I already put my holes in, so now I can just go ahead and sew in these signatures. But what I need to do is I have to use the template, because these holes match the back. So I have to use this template, and I'm going to fold it. Which one is the best one? I guess that's the best one. I have to fold it along that line. So that way, because we're only doing, you know, the middle of this signature here, I don't need both of these. I only need one of these. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the clip here and clip it, because sometimes the little piece of paper moves. So if you just use the clips that you already have right there, that works. Okay, so I'm gonna move the cover out of the way. And this is an awl, and it's very skinny. It's really cool. Let me show you the big one I used. This one is a big fat, you know, it's a much fatter one, but this one works great for doing the cover. And I use a little hammer, and I use an old book, and I hammer it, the holes. But for this part, you only need the skinny one, and it's nice and sharp. I think I'll start in the middle. Hope you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to start in the middle, and if you fold it, it just goes right through. It's like butter. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. I'm just lining my awl up with the hole, and then I close the cover, and then I just put it right through. Same thing here. I'm going to find that hole. I'm going to close the book. Watch your fingers here. You got to make sure you don't hurt yourself. And it goes right through. This is amazing. Love it. Very happy with it. Actually, I'll put it right there. I have this little dish that I keep, and I just put miscellaneous things in there when I'm working, just to get them out of my way. So we can go ahead, take that off. I'm going to put this clip back on though, and I'll do the same thing with the next one. Might as well do them both at the same time. So we'll put that one off. Okay, let's grab this one. I'm going to do the same thing. Just going to clip it in real quick. Let's make sure that it's centered. Just clip it on. I don't think it matters which one you use, but just clip it so it doesn't move when you're doing this. Okay, so just grab the awl. Go ahead and find your center hole on your template. Find your center hole. Fold it and then push it through. That's all you got to do. Finally found an awl that works beautifully. Love it. I'm thrilled with it. This is the one I'm going to stick with now. And just push it through. It's not even hard to push. It's beautiful. Love it. Okay, so I'm going to just take that paper out. Put that clip back in though. All right. Put your clip back in to hold your papers when you're sewing it in. Okay, so let's see which one is the first one. All right, let's get our book. This is the, I decided to use this turquoise. I'm gonna see if, let me look in this bag. Yes, I have, this is not waxed thread. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, I do 4 lengths. I've done 3.5 before, but sometimes it's not long enough because I like to, especially a book like this, I will definitely add in some charms and stuff. So I just take, it's just an old candle, and I just run my thread through it, and then I'll turn it over and run it again. This waxes your thread, and it just makes it easier for it to go through. So I have these nice big long needles that I bought. Very long. I think this is, let's see, let's measure it. Got these on Amazon. 5 inches long. Because I was using these short little stubby Let me see if I can find them. Short little stubby needles, and they have this curved edge on them. I think these are like upholstery needles. They're terrible because I kept getting caught up every time I tried to sew in my signature. And it threw me off, and it just made a mess, and it just made it more difficult. I finally found a system that works for me. Let's see if I can get, I might have to trim the edge. And if you trim it at an angle, there'll be like a little point there, and that will make it easier for you to thread it. Okay. One thing about these needles is I wish the eye was just a little bit bigger, because it's a little difficult when you're using some of these thicker threads. Here we go again. Let's see. Here we go. Yeah, that's a struggle. If I find some of these needles that have a bigger eye on it, I will definitely buy. Okay, so did I go ahead and put the holes in this one? I did. Okay, and this all works beautifully with these needles. So now I have a system that works for me. Let me get that out of the way. So it's a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. I usually start on the right and move over to the left. So I start in the middle, pull it out. Doesn't matter which one. Actually, let's flip this. I want to make sure that we leave plenty of thread down here. So I clip it on like this. And that way you don't lose your string. Let's get that out of the way. So I usually go up to the top. If you can see what I'm doing. Go up to the top. And then go through the top hole on the signature. And then it goes right through. It's beautiful. Pull it through. Okay. Now you can see I went from the middle to the top, and then I'm going to pull this little extra string out. Okay. And now you go all the way down to the bottom. This bottom hole. Make sure. Might have to get my awl, and this might have moved a little bit. It's all right. You just put it through again. Now you can get the needle through there. See? Beautiful. And you can see it goes all the way down and then out the bottom. All right, let's see. And now we go back in. I'll turn it this way so you can see it. You go back in the middle, but you don't want to pierce that. And I can see that I did not pierce the thread. You don't want to pierce the thread, because then you'll have a hard time. Hold on. I'm struggling to get that all the way through here. Okay. I gotta find the inside hole. I might have to stretch this out a little bit. Oh, there we go. Is that it? Let's see. Sometimes you struggle a little bit, but that's all right. That means that I didn't catch it. All right. Why is that not going through? Yep, this, you know, the struggle is real sometimes. I don't know why it's not going through the hole in. Ouch! Oh, there it goes. I almost stabbed myself. Okay, good. Now, pull it through. Now look on the back, make sure everything is tight. Could be a little bit tighter, but when you go to sew it, it'll tighten it up. Now you can take these clips off now. So I'm showing you that, you know, sometimes you do struggle, but if you want to, you know, make the book, you gotta work around some of the issues that you find. Now that's nice and tight. I did not pierce that thread. See, these are nice. Oops, see, look. Well, when I tighten it, it'll tighten up again. Let's see. Yeah. See that? Yeah, I noticed that when I did that sometimes it makes bigger holes than you really want, but it's okay. I'm going to be covering this. I'm going to be covering this with this lace, so you'll see the strings, but you won't see any of the detail, which is fine. All right, so we can go ahead, and I pull it this way, and then I pull it that way to make sure it's nice and tight, and then I tie it one way, and then I tie it another way, and that makes like a square knot that is not coming out. And then you have all these long strings that you want for your... Oh, that's beautiful. All right, so what you need to do is you need to train your paper to lay flat, because it wants to stay separated in the middle because of where you just sewed it. But if you train the paper, it will learn to lay flat. Beautiful. This is great. I like all the different types of papers. It doesn't matter, most of the stuff is going to be covered anyway, so I'm just trying to use up paper. And this book is for me. Oh, I want to show you. Let's see if I can get at it. Sorry for the noise. I'm going to grab my gratitude journal so you can see why I'm making another one. This one is so fat. Luckily, I put a spine that allows for it to grow like this. This is a gator mouth for sure. But it's so full. Oh, and I did go ahead and I decorated the cover more. I put jewels on it and little flowers. I think it looks beautiful. Hope you can see it. I love how it sparkles. But it's so full. I can't fit any more in here. So, I mean, I will continue to write because I do a lot of writing in here. I put quotes and I write things that I'm grateful for. This is a gratitude journal. And then I put in poems. I put in positive affirmations. So I can continue to write in here. But I'm not going to add anything more. It's pretty much fully decorated now. But once I finish writing in it, I want to be able to just grab my next gratitude journal, and that's what this is. So I'm just training the paper. Oh, that corner's bent, but it doesn't matter. See how it's laying flatter? This one, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with this. I feel like, yeah, I feel like that needs to be tucked in that way, and so it's a flip out. And it's a little crooked, but like I said, this is mine, so I don't really care. And there's the middle. We have our strings for our charms. I didn't put any charms on my other one. I think I cut the strings too short, and that's why I didn't do it. You'll see, I want these to face in. I don't know why they're facing out. And then, so we just train the paper. And now it's laying nice and flat. Beautiful. I feel like this one needs to be trimmed. It's sticking out a little too much. Just use that line as your straight edge. Oh. There we go. some reason that edge doesn't want to. All right, so let's see if I can get these papers. My hands are not working right today. All right, I got a trash barrel right next to me, so I can just drop things right in. This is going to be a little tuck spot. This might be a little tuck spot. There we go. Okay, so that signature looks great. This can be a tuck spot as well. And then same thing with that. I can, yeah, do it that way. And there's the back. Okay, so that signature's in. Looks great. It's not sticking out. If I want anything to stick out, I'll put tabs and things, but I don't want the pages to stick out. So we can go ahead and put this next one in. Let's get our thread again. See if we can find the end of it. I don't know why this is all messed up like this, but it is. Yeah, we'll just use this. All right, we're gonna go. I don't know why this is coming through the middle like that. It's all messed up. I didn't wrap this properly or something. I don't know. Let's see if we can find the end. Hopefully it'll work. All right, 1, 2, before it starts to knot up, 3, 4. Okay. I'll have to rewrap it later, but not right now. Put it over there. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna wax this thread. I did go ahead and I bought a bookbinding kit, and it came with these wax threads, but they're very dark. They're like tans and browns, and I wanted something bright because I like my gratitude journal to be bright and colorful. When I work in it, it makes you feel good to see all those bright colors. So this just waxes your thread, makes it easier to go through. All right, what did I do with my needle now? Let's put away some of these scissors. Oh, here it is. All right, let's go ahead. Where's my thread? Oh, here it is. I'm gonna trim it. I'm gonna trim it at a little bit of an angle to make a little point. Hopefully this will help get it through the eye of the needle. Yeah, I definitely need an eye that's a little bit bigger than that, but I love the length of this. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do what we did before. We're going to go through the middle. Okay. We're going to go through the middle hole in the book. Going to come out. Now we want to clip this here so we don't lose our thread, and I want to make sure I have enough to be able to do some charms. So then I just usually go to the top, and then the top of hole in this signature. Let's make sure that we're going all the way through. Right? See, that didn't catch. I don't know what's happening there. It's because I'm using this scrapbooking paper and it's thick. Let's see. Is it gonna go through? I'm gonna turn the book this way. I'm right-handed and I'm having trouble because I can't. Okay. We come up. Make sure that other thread is sticking out. So you can see, we went through the middle, down to the bottom. We're going to go all the way up to the top. Go through that hole, and then find the hole in the book, top hole. This one's going a lot easier than the other one. Okay. Got to make sure we have that other thread out. Out, like that. Okay. What is all that? Oh, that's the bottom of the book. Okay. Those are the strings from the other one that I did. Okay. So now we're just going to go through the middle, but make sure you do not pierce that. This is where we struggled before, and we might struggle again. I don't know. Oh, this one's going right through. Thank you. Okay, pull it through. I gotta pull that other thread through. There we go. So we want to make sure we have one thread on one side and one thread on the other. Otherwise, your knot is not going to work. All right, so we can unhook these. All right, let's see. So now we have to tie it. So let's make sure that it's nice and... Oh yeah, that's great. All right. So I usually, like I said, I pull it one way, then I pull it another way. That makes sure it's nice and tight. My lights are getting out of control. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll tie this knot. So that's it. We've made a book. So I tie it one way, and then I tie it another way. That makes a square knot, so it won't come out. Those strings are beautiful. Okay, so we have our second signature in, so I want to show you how beautiful that looks. They're nicely spaced. Got to train the paper again. So it'll lay flat. It's not going to lay completely flat, but it trains the paper so it knows where to go. And it just lays better because it wants to separate from the middle. This is where you want to... I mean, you could use a bone folder if you wanted to, but sometimes you rip the paper when you do that. I just use my thumb. That works great. Okay, so we have all different kinds of papers. Like I said, we have... See, now this one, I will most likely turn that into a tuck spot. Let's see, the paper on the other side is doing... Nope, that one's fine. Okay. I love all the layers, and this one's pretty. Look at that paper. It's just construction paper, but it's beautiful. Some music paper. I love this green. That's one of my favorite color greens. I used a lot of that in my nautical journal. That was a really fun journal. And if you go to my channel, I have playlists on all different types of books that I've made. Just want to make sure that that's in there good. It is. This is a beautiful center page. It has some gold on it. I love that. You know, I have paper packs that, you know, the papers coordinate. So why not take advantage of that? This is a little tuck spot. I'll glue that down. And just try to train that paper down. It's just some composition paper. This is some kind of a practice writing sheet for children. I'm a preschool instructor, so I have lots of old things that I used to use. And why not recycle them? And that's what I do. I don't like to waste things. I like to recycle things. Reuse. Like this. This is from when I worked with kids. Well, I still work with children, but I'm not in the classroom like I was. I have my own program now. And in 2 weeks, I'm getting ready to do a February vacation week. Parents love it. Gives them a chance to drop the kids off, let them play so that they can go off and do some things. And then the kids eat lunch with, you know, they have a snack with us, they eat lunch, they're there for 4 hours. And then the parents can pick them up, and they've already had lunch, and they can just go on their merry way and have a great day. All right. So that looks really nice. And this, I made the spine big enough. Let's see how big this spine is. It's a 2.5-inch spine. Plenty of room to grow. So this could get this big and it would be fine. So that's awesome. I'm thrilled. So the next thing I need to do is I need to glue, and let me get some parchment paper for my desk. Don't want to get glue all over my new mat, which is still upside down. I still haven't turned it over. Who knows if I ever will. I've been so busy doing other things, I haven't really thought of that because it's really not a big deal. All right, so this, what I need to do, I've already cut it to fit. So all I need to do now, if my Fabri-Tac will work properly, and I think it will, I need to get, let's see if I can find it. Yep, I got it. We're just gonna put some glue on there and spread it out, and then we're just gonna glue this on, and that will have to dry. I'm not sure, I gotta look and see how much I need it to go over. I didn't cut that much, so it only needs to go over about 1 inch. Okay, that's good to know. So, there's that piece that keeps coming up. I don't like that, but it's going to be covered. Good thing it's going to be covered, because I feel like that is going to be a problem. It's going to keep popping up. I think what I'll do is do the top half of this, and then we'll do the bottom half. It's easier because the glue might dry on you, because you've put so much glue on there, and you don't have time to. There, okay, we'll do half. Oh, that glue's working really nicely now. So we're just gonna go ahead, put it on top. Like I said, I only need about 1 inch over, so what I'll do is I'll clip it so it stays put. Now let's do the other side. Let's see, I want more on the front than on the back. So let's do this. Don't, you know,